What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about I Love Boosters, a movie that's weird, hilarious, visually insane, and very openly anti-capitalist. If you've seen Sorry to Bother You, then you already know director Boots Riley does not make normal movies. So let's get into it. The story follows a group of professional shoplifters called the Boosters, played by Keke Palmer, Naomi Ackie, and Paige. They steal expensive designer clothing from luxury fashion stores and then resell those clothes at huge discounts to regular people struggling to survive financially. So in a weird way, they're almost like fashion world Robin Hoods. And what I really liked is that the movie doesn't try to make them perfect heroes. These characters argue constantly. Sometimes they support each other, sometimes they completely clash. But because of that, they actually feel real. Keke Palmer and Naomi Ackie especially have incredible chemistry. Their banter is fast, sarcastic, and hilarious. Half the comedy honestly comes from their facial expressions and little side comments they throw at each other. Meanwhile, Paige brings this chaotic, positive energy to the group. She's witty, playful, and kind of balances out the intensity of the other two. Then you've got Isa Gonzalez, who absolutely steals every scene she's in. Her character explains ridiculously complicated ideas in the calmest, funniest way possible, and somehow you stay locked into every second of it. Even the post-credit scene with her alternate explanation ended up being hilarious. And then there's Lakeith Stanfield. He gives one of the weirdest performances in the movie. His accent randomly changes, his delivery is whispery and awkward, but somehow it works. He feels mysterious, uncomfortable, and strangely charming at the same time. Now when it comes to the corporate satire side of the story, Demi Moore and Will Poulter are fantastic. Demi Moore plays this insanely rich fashion mogul who genuinely believes she is helping society while exploiting literally everyone around her. She keeps talking about empowering people and changing the world, but really she's just controlling beauty standards and stealing ideas from others. And Will Poulter, he perfectly captures that manager energy of someone who got a tiny amount of power and suddenly thinks they own the universe. Every line he says sounds like recycled corporate motivational nonsense. Also, Don Cheadle almost didn't even look recognizable here. His character feels like a mix between a fake motivational speaker and a greedy televangelist. And honestly, every scene with him just gets more ridiculous as the movie goes on. Now visually, this movie is absolutely insane. Boots Riley uses giant blocks of color throughout different scenes. Entire stores, outfits, hairstyles, and environments will suddenly become dominated by one specific color palette. At one point, almost everything is green. Clothes, accessories, hair. Even Will Poulter's weird comb-over haircut becomes bright emerald green. It actually reminded me a little of Hero starring Jet Li, where colors represented emotions and storytelling themes. And because this movie revolves around fashion culture, the costume design goes completely wild. Some outfits are intentionally ridiculous. And the audience in my theater was literally laughing just from seeing characters walk onto the screen. But then, because this is a Boots Riley movie, things eventually go completely off the rails. There are bizarre creatures, weird miniature-style visuals, strange stop-motion looking sequences, tilted buildings, surreal imagery, and honestly, some of the effects look intentionally rough. Now I know some people are going to hate that style, but personally, I thought it added charm. It makes the movie feel unpredictable and unique, instead of looking like every other polished Hollywood production. At its core though, this movie is very clearly anti-capitalist. And not subtly anti-capitalist either. The film talks about how workers are trapped in systems where they can't even fight for better treatment because losing their job could completely destroy their lives financially. It criticizes corporations, exploitative bosses, performative activism, and rich people pretending they're helping society while benefiting from inequality. And honestly, one of the funniest but saddest moments in the movie is when a character seriously argues that paying workers less money is actually good for them. It's hilarious because of how absurd it sounds, but also uncomfortable because people genuinely say stuff like that in real life. Now the movie runs about an hour and 45 minutes, and somehow the pacing never really drags. Every time things feel like they might slow down, the film suddenly hits you with something weird, shocking, hilarious, or completely unexpected. This definitely is not going to be for everyone. Some people are going to walk out confused. Some people are going to hate the visuals. Some people are going to hate the messaging. But if you enjoy creative filmmaking, bizarre satire, strong performances, and movies that actually have something meaningful to say, then I Love Boosters is absolutely worth checking out. There's strong language, nudity, sexual content, and some violence throughout the film. But overall, this is one of the boldest and most original movies I've seen this year. Alright guys, that's my review for I Love Boosters. Now I want to hear from you. Are you interested in watching this movie? Or does it look way too weird for your taste? And what's your favorite socially critical or anti-corporate movie ever made? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future movie reviews, trailer reactions, and entertainment videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.